Think about that snack you grab without even thinking. The bag of chips you open while watching a movie. The cookies you dunk in milk. The instant noodles for a quick meal. It feels like a harmless treat, right? A little indulgence. What if I told you it might not be so harmless? What if I told you it was formulated to be highly palatable using combinations of salt, sugar, fat, and flavor enhancers, and that it can include additives that some studies associate with brain fog, gut irritation, and metabolic dysregulation, especially with frequent intake? This isn't about fear-mongering. This is about looking at the documented science. The modern food industry has mastered the art of creating irresistible foods, but sometimes that comes at a cost, with problematic additives hidden in plain sight. Today, we are pulling back the curtain. Over the next 20 minutes, we are going to analyze some of the most popular snacks in the world. I will show you specific ingredients they often contain, cite the scientific evidence that raises concerns, and give you a simple blueprint to reclaim your health. What you learn today might just change the way you walk down a grocery aisle forever. Welcome to Human OS Health. To understand the potential danger, you first need to know how these snacks are created. Food scientists don't just have kitchens, they have laboratories. A key goal is to find the Bliss Point, the perfect combination of salt, sugar, and fat that maximally stimulates the reward centers in your brain. This isn't just about good flavor, it's about neurochemistry. This trifecta of ingredients can trigger a surge of dopamine, a powerful neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. The effect can be so powerful that it bypasses your body's natural satiety signals. I'm talking about hormones like leptin, which says you're full, and ghrelin, which says you're hungry. Hyper-palatable foods can create a state of leptin resistance, where your brain doesn't get the full signal, driving you to keep eating even when your body has had enough. That's why you can't have just one. It's formulated to be irresistible. But this powerful craving is just the delivery mechanism. The real concern is that frequent consumption of these products can increase dietary exposure to additives some studies associate with adverse effects, especially with frequent intake. These are chemicals, preservatives, and processed oils that might extend shelf life but are worth understanding better. Before we dive in, it's important to note studies differ by population, dose, and design. Associations do not prove causation. Regulatory bodies set limits they consider safe for the general population, though individuals may choose to minimize exposure based on their own research and health goals. Exposure number 1: flavored tortilla chips. Let's start with an icon of the snack world. For example, flavored tortilla chips like Doritos often list flavor enhancers such as monosodium glutamate. Always check your local label. The hidden danger: monosodium glutamate, or MSG. MSG is what food scientists call a flavor enhancer. Researchers use the term excitotoxicity to describe glutamate overstimulation in certain contexts. Most direct evidence for MSG effects comes from animal models and sensitive individuals. For some, this may be why they report headaches or brain fog after eating foods with high amounts of added MSG. But the concern goes deeper. Studies, primarily in animal models, have suggested a link between high MSG consumption and inflammation of the hypothalamus, the part of your brain that regulates appetite. It's a potential cruel irony. The ingredient designed to make you eat more may be associated with disrupting the very part of your brain that tells you when to stop. Risk relates to total dietary pattern, frequency, portion size, and individual susceptibility. Exposure number 2: cream-filled cookies. Next, a classic like the Oreo. We all know it's full of sugar, but the type of sugar commonly used in many processed foods is what we need to discuss. The hidden danger: high fructose corn syrup, or HFCS. Your body doesn't handle industrial HFCS the same way it handles glucose from, say, a potato. High fructose loads are preferentially metabolized in the liver. Experimental and epidemiological evidence links high intake of fructose-sweetened beverages with liver fat and cardiometabolic risk. This pathway is implicated in mechanisms linked to liver fat accumulation. High intake of fructose-sweetened products is associated with NAFLD risk in observational studies. It also spikes inflammation and can promote insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes. Risk relates to total dietary pattern, frequency, portion size, and individual susceptibility. Exposure number 3, potato chips. Simple potatoes, salt, and oil. Sounds innocent, right? But again, let's look at the type of oil. The hidden danger is industrial seed oils, for example, sunflower, canola, or soybean oil. These oils are incredibly high in omega-6 fatty acids. While we need some omega-6, the modern diet has skewed the ratio to a potentially disastrous 20-to-1 in favor of omega-6 over anti-inflammatory omega-3s. Many experts believe this imbalance may contribute to a pro-inflammatory dietary pattern when omega-6 intake substantially exceeds omega-3 and when oils are repeatedly heated. When you consume them, you may be consuming oxidized fats that can act as free radicals in your body, potentially damaging your cells and arteries. This pattern can contribute to an inflammatory milieu, particularly with frequent consumption. Risk relates to total dietary pattern, frequency, portion size, and individual susceptibility. Exposure number 4, stacked chips. Now for a product like Pringles, famously made from a slurry of dehydrated potato, corn, and rice. To hold that perfect shape and stay fresh for months, they need some serious chemical help. The hidden danger is butylated hydroxytoluene, or BHT. BHT is a synthetic antioxidant used to prevent fats from going rancid. BHT/TBHQ are permitted within regulated limits by agencies like FDA and EFSA. Some regions apply different restrictions or guidance. Why the discrepancy? Because some animal studies have linked high-dose, long-term exposure to BHT with certain health risks. While the dose in a single serving is small, the question is one of cumulative exposure over a lifetime. Risk relates to total dietary pattern, frequency, portion size, and individual susceptibility. Exposure number 5, instant noodles. The ultimate cheap, quick meal, but the potential cost to your health is steep. The noodles are typically flash fried in those same inflammatory seed oils, but another ingredient worth discussing is often found in that flavor packet. The hidden danger is tertiary butyl hydroquinone, or TBHQ. TBHQ is a synthetic antioxidant permitted within limits by regulators to stabilize oils. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that women in South Korea who consumed more instant noodles had a significantly higher risk for metabolic syndrome. While this study shows a correlation, not a direct causation, it points to the potential metabolic disruption these ultra-processed products can cause. Risk relates to total dietary pattern, frequency, portion size, and individual susceptibility. Exposure number 6, children's cereal. Finally, the brightly colored breakfast cereals marketed to kids. That rainbow of colors isn't from fruit. The hidden danger are artificial colors like red 40, yellow 5, and blue 1. These dyes are derived from petroleum. A landmark study from Southampton University in the UK, published in The Lancet, found increased hyperactivity scores in some children consuming mixes of colors and sodium benzoate. Effects vary by child and dye mixture. This evidence was so compelling that the EU requires a warning label for specific dyes. The US currently permits these dyes within regulatory limits. Risk relates to total dietary pattern, frequency, portion size, and individual susceptibility.
Okay, that was a lot of science. The takeaway is simple. Be a conscious consumer. But that doesn't mean a life of deprivation. You just need an upgrade. Craving salty and crunchy? Swap potato chips for homemade baked sweet potato fries, crispy kale chips seasoned with sea salt, or high-quality pork rinds. Craving sweet and creamy? Swap the cookies for dates stuffed with almond butter. Or try a bowl of full-fat Greek yogurt with berries and a square of 85% dark chocolate. Need a quick meal? Swap instant noodles for pre-cooked lentils or chickpeas with spices, or a quick 2-egg scramble. Want a better breakfast? Swap the colorful cereal for plain oatmeal or Greek yogurt and add your own fresh fruit for color and sweetness. If this expose is opening your eyes and you're committed to understanding what's in your food, the best way to support this mission is by hitting that subscribe button. Here at Human OS Health, we are dedicated to giving you the uncensored, evidence-based truth to help you upgrade your biology. Join the community so you don't miss our next investigation. Moving away from ultra-processed foods isn't about restriction, it's about liberation. Imagine your brain fog lifting. Imagine your digestion improving. Imagine your energy levels becoming stable throughout the day. This isn't just about avoiding potential dangers, it's about reclaiming the high-performance state your body was designed for. By reducing the inflammatory load on your system, you give your body a chance to thrive. The snacks in your pantry are not just harmless indulgences. They are carefully designed products, and some are loaded with inflammatory ingredients that may be compromising your health from the inside out. Your health is your responsibility. Read the labels. Choose real food. Now, I want you to do something. Go to your kitchen, pick up your favorite snack, and look at the ingredients. What is the one ingredient you see that you are now going to research and reconsider? Share it in the comments below. Let's hold each other accountable. For a list of the studies and sources mentioned in this video, check out the description and the pinned comment below. Thank you for watching Human OS Health, where we help you become the master of your own biology. Now go clean out your pantry, and I'll see you in the next video.